Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys an exclusive live call that I had with my students, explaining more so what setting is, what to say in a setting call, how to say it, how to properly express yourself, and how to properly use tonality so that you can make your prospect think what you want them to think, so you can make them say what you want them to say. This exact structure has made me over $100,000 in profit in high ticket sales alone. And you guys are getting that information for free. So make sure that your notes are ready. Make sure that you're ready for this in-depth call that I had with my students. And comment below what other type of videos that you guys want me to make. Thank you guys so much for helping me hit 300 followers. It means the world to me. We're on the way to 500 and then 1,000. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Enjoy this free exclusive live call. All right, we'll just start and everybody can just join in. So, what's up, guys? Hope everything's doing well. So, basically, we're going to be explaining everything on how a setting call and DM should be structured because there's like two types of jobs you guys can get. You guys already know DM setting and phone setting. For the people who don't know, there's two types. DM setting and phone setting. DM setting is more so you just texting, and phone setting is you calling up the lead yourself and basically just pre-qualifying them, making sure that they're a good fit for the program. And we're going to be going over like the different stages of what a setting call should be, like how it should be orchestrated. So an example would be like this, like how it's the stages of how a lead should be. The first is going to be like a cold lead. That's going to be someone that's not interested, that doesn't know what you're offering at all, right? Then from the cold lead, they lead to curiosity, whether it's looking at you, finding you on your For You page, obviously for the offer owners that you'll be working for, or considering that you are an offer owner yourself. They'll be from a cold lead to being curious. Then from curiosity, they'll be interested to engage, engaged to ready to decide, right to decide is committed buyer, right? As a setter, we're obviously going to be in this range where it's going to be curious to interested lead, considering it's warm, and considering it's cold is going to be curious to cold lead. But our job is to get this lead, doesn't matter what stage they're at, to committed buyer. Committed buyer is simply somebody that's like a laydown, somebody who's ready to buy. They're ready to fucking give you over their card, right? Instantly, so that they can buy whatever you're selling, program, whatever. And I'm going to be teaching you guys like how we would be getting people these different types of leads, these different stages to a committed buyer. There's obviously a whole bunch of steps to it. And everything that I'm going to be giving you guys is going to be needed to get mastered. So it might be easier said than done, right? When I tell you to qualify, there might be one way that you guys know how to qualify, but there's always a way to improve in qualification, if that makes, does that make sense? What I mean by that? All right, good. So let's start off with the beginning. Like DM setting in DM and phone setting framework, right? The whole purpose of the framework is to teach you how to set appointments consistently through DMs and phone calls without sounding needy, salesy, or scripted. For those who's been here, you guys obviously know that. And I want you guys to help the people who haven't really been here. Why? Like somebody unmute. Why don't we sound needy, salesy, or scripted? Like why? What's the whole point of that?
It sounds unnatural, and we want to have conversations instead of using scripts.
And we're
Okay.
not we're not trying to convince the prophet.
What are we trying to do then?
We're trying to help them, guide them, make a decision.
In which they need to make. Correct, right. The whole point of a sales call in general, whether you're a setter or a closer, is to help the individual. It's not to get a commission in a sense, right? You have to detach yourself from you obviously getting a commission. Because if you focus on the commission part of things, you're not going to close at all. You're going to sound very salesy. Nobody likes to be sold to. Everybody has an ego to a certain extent, right? They want to feel like they're more important. They know what they're talking about. Okay. So, like I said here, right? Your job as a setter is not to sell or close. That's the job of a closer. Your job as a setter is to what? Someone tell me. What are the jobs are this of a setter? Blot out a couple things.
Literally just to
To,
set the
n-
appointment.
to nurture,
One,
qualify.
One,
Qualify,
qualify.
book appointments.
one second. One second. Dion, when you say the setter's job is to set, dig deeper. Like, what do you mean by that?
To qualify the prospect, see if they're a good fit for the role.
Okay, so give me examples of that.
What do you mean?
of like how you would qualify.
Financially qualify. To see if they're a good fit for the role anyway, to see if they're actually curious to buying into the program or if they're just finding out information.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. And Liam, what were you saying?
It would be like to see what they've tried, what they're currently doing, and what they want, so then we can give them something that they actually need and
Right.
connect them with the person to get the results.
Right. 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 Right.
And they're
How
also the
about you guys
first point of contact for the lead. Like they're the first contact for the lead.
Right. Right. That's also correct. Right, Michael. Right. So it's to qualify, create urgency, and book the call. You guys obviously know what urgency is, correct? Someone tell me, besides Liam, someone else unmute. What is urgency?
Seeing the time frame of the prospect when they want to like get started
Yeah, seeing
and
like
like
how
make
like compelling of a problem it is for them and like seeing like, if they're even like adamant or serious about, getting a solution or I don't know, dealing with it with whatever the problem is.
In a sense, not really. I mean, creating urgency doesn't really have to do with how the prospect is. It's more so your authority in a call. So if I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if you were to work for me, let's say for example, any of you guys were to work for me, and I said, make sure to create urgency in the call, right? That's make sure to one, build FOMO. You guys know what FOMO is, fear of missing out, correct? Right. So using that state of fear of missing out, like having the prospect feeling, okay, I need this. This is something that I need. I can't waste another day without getting this. I need this ASAP. That's what a sense of urgency is, right? Even if somebody, we can even use this as an example. If somebody needs to reschedule an appointment, create urgency. If I tell you to create urgency on somebody needing to schedule an appointment, what would that mean? Someone give me an example.
You would tell them that like first you would also want to use like scarcity to your advantage. So just make it seem like, there's not a lot of appointments. So let's do it very soon or something like that.
Right. In a sense, okay, so then Michael, I asked you like, how would you structure urgency in somebody that needs to do a rescheduling?
I would say, well, we're pretty booked up for the week, man. We only have, this time slot that I guess would be very soon. Can you make this work? I really want to get in contact with you and try to help you out with this.
Right. That's correct. And the whole point of that is to what?
To, I guess there's a lot of different things, but basically you're just trying to you're trying to build urgency. I guess you're trying to just like make them see that, they have to act now.
Right. Correct. So the main basic principles, right? The main basic principles of a setting framework or of a setting call, DM and phone is to lead the conversation, okay? And it's pretty self-explanatory. You ask terrible questions, you get terrible responses. You ask weak questions, you get weak responses. It's as simple as that. Let me undo this so you guys can see it, right? So these are different types of things that you will need to include in your settings, right? Curiosity over persuasion. If you speak more than your prospect, you're not going to sell, right? If you're trying to persuade them so much, oh, you should get this because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. The whole time, if you talk during discovery, instead of letting them fill out their pain to you, you're not going to sell at all. So curiosity over persuasion. You guys understand what that means? Good. Number two, right? Problems before solution. Okay. Never pitch before pain. Why? Why do you never pitch before pain? Someone tell me.
I would say because humans, like just the cognitive ability is that they're more prone to running away from pain than going towards what is pleasurable. So you first create that pain so that they can act, and then you produce the offer.
Right. I think you meant to say so you let them stand out the problem and then you're going to be the solution to that problem that they have. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else? Why would you? By the way, Liam, that's correct. That's correct, Liam.
Well, I mean, that's it. It's just like you want to understand why they want to join the thing beforehand, then start pitching, because like you said, you want to be the solution to the problem. So that's pretty much it.
Right. Because the whole point of the call is to what? Is to make sure to guide somebody in a path that they've never been guided to, is to actually help them not to get a commission. This is why I keep saying stop focusing about the commission part. When I place you guys onto offers, do not focus about the commission part. Focus on actually helping every single prospect. And every single prospect that you do end up booking, it's because of the fact that you genuinely feel like that you can help that person, not because that you're trying to get a little 5 to 10%, 15%, whatever it is. Closing or setting, either one, honestly. Okay.
This is the one Michael definitely fucking worked on and got better at. Tonality over words, okay? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I teach this a lot. It's very big, but why? Why is tonality important? Kimberly, tell me, why is tonality important?
Because it's gonna help like the flow of the call. Like if I look like if I like I'm quiet and I'm not like enthusiastic, like but it's also like a way to match their energy as well. Like if they're down, I'm not gonna speak over them. Like I'm gonna project like the same like vibe they're giving me. But honestly, I feel like it's just important so that person feels your interest, that you're helping them and stuff like that. I don't know if I explained it well.
That is a good point. Does anybody else want to add on to that, or does anybody else have
I would like to add on to that.
Yeah, talk.
Because even before this, like I had gotten calls of people trying to set me or close me, like for other programs. And if they have like really bad tonality or they just sound like robotic, it just sounds kind of like goofy. And I kind of want them to just get off the phone.
Right. Right. So I'm waiting for a specific word. What does tonality help you do in a call?
It builds curiosity.
Not only
Like
that, but what else?
It connects with you and the client, no?
I mean, yes, it does. You guys are giving me the right answers, but I'm looking for something specific.
Wait,
It starts
what does the word
A
start with?
relationship,
with an
I
A.
don't know.
Starts with an A.
It makes you sound confident.
Lee, I'm on mute. Bro wants to say it so bad.
Bro, I'm trying to unmute, but there's something on my screen. Okay. One thing I would say is tonality can create openness within your prospect, and when your prospect is open towards you, there's more things you can influence. There's more tactics you can use in runway.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Like you guys are saying the right things, Kimberly.
It shows that maybe we have like authority.
There we go. That's literally what I was trying to look at. Okay, because if you guys have specific tonality, I mean, like I'd ask you, like Kimberly, like what even got you into this call, right? It's you asking the questions. It's you sounding confident. It's you having authority in a call. They respect you much more when you sound like you're not slugging your words. When you sound like you're not just laid back, forced to speak and have the same monotone language. Everything that you guys said is correct, by the way, though. I just want to let you guys know everything you guys said is correct, but it's majority. The main point of tonality is to build authority in a call. It's to sound more authoritative. Sorry, I meant to say that. It's to sound more authoritative in a call. Okay. And then number 4, another basic principle is next step or nothing, right? Building urgency. Another stuff with that would be, I'm not going to say that, it's going to be lower into it, but it's building urgency. Every convo leads to something. Okay. So it's either you start or you don't start, right? And considering that you don't start, where do you see yourself? You're going to see more so what I mean by that when I go down. Okay. So the opening part, right? The pattern interrupt. What is a pattern interrupt? Someone tell me, what is a pattern interrupt? I say it a lot, and I definitely use it in my calls a lot, but I'm not too sure if I've ever explained it. Does anybody know?
Breaking.
Not do like
Matter of fact, just raise your hand. If you guys want to speak, just raise your hand.
I think it's to like a parent interrupt is like set a different like opening than usual, right? Like for setting calls.
Okay.
Like as a script, it would be like the same for everyone, right? They would just know that you're reading from a script, but like your parent interrupting, so you're saying something different.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, you could definitely say that. Kimberly, what were you gonna say?
honestly, I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay. Anybody else? What a pattern interrupt is?
interrupting the like current thought process.
Yes, yes. Okay, so it's basically just to throw the whole prospect off completely. Okay, so an example, I'm pretty sure I have this under the examples, but an example would be like if you're calling somebody as a setting call and you mention their name, like, well, like who's this person that's calling me? Hey, what's up, John? This is blah blah blah, right? How does this guy know my name? Like, who's this person calling me? What is he calling me about? It's ruining their whole pattern that they're already used to. Okay, it can also be used for if somebody throws an objection. Or if somebody asks for price drop, pattern interrupting it because you have authority in a call. You're going to price drop when you want to. You're going to say what you want when you want to, creating authority into a call. It's just throwing off the whole prospect as a whole with different, like there's different ways to do it. An example would be like calling somebody's name when you're setting. Right? Hey, what's up, John? This is Ben. How does this guy know my name? John, is this you? Like that. it just throws off the whole pattern, makes them more curious, and it makes it also more natural, not salesy as well. That's the whole point of the pattern interrupt. Let's break out the rules though. Break out the rules of this. Pretty sure you guys definitely did cover. How do you undo this? There we go. All right. So being short, straight to the point, humanistic, not like a robot. Robots, sorry. Asking question after question. What I mean by that is simply, oh yeah, I mean, hey Kimberly, like, yeah, what are you doing for work? Nice, nice, nice. How much you got saved up? Nice, nice. Okay. Why are you in this call? Okay. Okay, so you're looking for guidance. Okay. So yeah, like that. Asking question after question after question after question after question. What you want to do is ask a question and then what? Context behind the question. Probe into it, right? Just dig deeper. What's up, Liam?
Yo, I just wanted to like share my insight from that. So how I see it is when you say break the pattern, like do something off, it throws them off. And when you throw them off, what happens is they don't do their pattern of their normal, how they're going to normally defend themselves. They have to come up with a new curiosity and strategy to come at you.
Perfect, in which 9 times out of 10 they don't, because they don't really like to think on the spot, or you can call out their bluff, right? That's like when a lot of times when people, honestly, a very common pattern interrupt that people do is when you price drop them and you dig into all their pain and you dig into everything, they have nothing to say. One or two, they'll just be like, okay, I just need to think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I just need to think about it. I don't know why I need to think about it, but I just need to think about it because they're so used to that. You know what I mean? But yes, Liam, yeah, it's just throwing them off. Yeah, that's actually a really good example. It's just throwing them off. So yeah, an example would be like their name, so that they could be like, who is this calling me? Like, what does this guy want? What is this guy offering? How does this guy know my name? Right, straight off the bat on a setting call. It's just one of the examples. Here are other examples. Like, quick question, like, what made you follow us? These is going to be more so for DM setting, though, right? This is like warm outbound, considering someone follows a creator. Some of you guys are going to have to be doing, if I place you onto an offer, something called warm outbound. It's people that's already following the creator, and then you just text them. Like, what made you follow us? Saw that you commented on post, like, what are you working on right now? Random questions, right? It's just pattern interrupting, something that they're not used to. They weren't expecting it, right? Throws them off of their main road on what they usually use. Exactly what Liam said. Exactly what Liam said. Okay. So the phase 2 that we're going to be going on to is the problem amplification. Does anybody know what that means? You guys know what that means or no? Is that too big of a word? Right. So it's literally this: make them feel the cost of not fixing the problem. What is that also known as? AKA, what is that called? I said it earlier, but I just didn't want to give it away.
I would think it's urgency or the cost
Is it
of inaction.
FOMO? Fear of
Emotional,
missing out? No?
emotional
I didn't say what
certainty.
this exactly was. I didn't say, and just literally just put the hands up emoji and then I'll just pick on you guys, okay? But so that it's like not like a whole bunch of people calling. But oh damn, I can't highlight it. But here, I'll break it down even more. I'll give you guys an example. So considering like 6 months down the line, where do you see yourself? What's that called?
The cost of inaction
Right. What to what?
to what? To current state.
What's the beginning? Andreas?
Emotional certainty.
No.
I have no clue then. I don't get the I don't see your angle. I'll have to learn it.
Anybody else?
Future pacing. Future
Right.
pacing.
Present and future pacing. That's literally it. Okay. So considering 6 months down the line, you do join this program, like where do you see yourself? And then the contrary, considering that you don't make a change, like where do you really see yourself 6 months down the line? Okay. Make them feel the cost of not fixing the problem. That's literally what present to future pacing is. Okay, and it's used in both senses. It's just going to basically make them envision themselves either not making a change and or making a change. And where do they see themselves? How much they believe in themselves? How much they believe that they're actually going to make a change in their life? Okay. So here's some examples. By the way, this is the framework, but let's go to the examples. Okay, so you're putting onto sign but not seeing consistent results, right? Like how long has this been going for? What happens if this stays the same for 6 months down the line? It's just basically just painting a future vision in their head, like where do they see themselves? Okay, the cost of but when you said the cost of inaction, that is still true. Okay, so there's just a whole bunch of different different wordings for this. That would be another way to explain this. I was just looking for present to future pacing specifically. Okay. And this will be example. Like, what made you look into this? What's not working right now? What have you already tried? Right? Asking these specific questions helps you build their present case and then their future case. You ask these types of questions and you say, okay, so considering that you do stay at McDonald's, considering that you still continue being lazy, like where do you see yourself like 30 days from now? And then the contrary. You guys get it? Everybody good? Any questions? Does anybody have any questions right now? Self-explanatory. Good. Good, 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 good. And then this is the biggest. I actually want to make this even bigger. You guys can see this, right? In a very big manner. I'll make this even bigger if I can. If there is no pain, do not book. I don't care what it is. Why though? Why? If there's no pain, don't book. Someone raise their hand. Tell me why. Someone got to do it. Or I'm going to call.
Then what's the reason for them booking the call then? I
Explain
don't
more
know.
what you mean by that, Kimberly.
Like,
I mean, you're correct, but explain more what you mean by that.
well, because if there's no pain, well, if like you're pitching them like and they have to think about it or stuff like that, like what is it? I don't know, there's like no point for the call
Why is there no point?
because there's nothing going on in their life that they need to change.
Good. There's no point of them to change. So if there's no
Yeah.
point of them to change, they're not going to feel any type of reason to show up. What's the point of even showing up? If you have no pain, if you just get into a call and just pitch something at someone without any pain, you're going to pitch it. They might like the product, but there's no reason for them to take action at that moment. They can probably do it in like a month, 2 months, 3 months. So without pain, there's no sense of urgency. Without no sense of urgency, there's no sense of purpose. Without no purpose, you ain't getting a damn close because they have no reason to start now. They can start later in the future. Doesn't matter. Okay. So this is the best thing after phase 2, phase 3, qualification. This is where I thrive in. I love qualifying people. But a lot of you guys can qualify very wrong. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people just come off salesy when they qualify. A lot of people just ask directly. A lot of people are taught because there's some people that's been taught by other people that before they even joined this program. A lot of people are taught to ask very direct, what do you do for work and how much you have saved up, right in the same sentence, and which throws off a prospect entirely, makes them think that they're just trying to steal money out of them. This is not the whole point of a call. Like I've said in the beginning, the whole point of a call is to help somebody, not to get a sale. So the way to do that is you guys are going to have to question and format things differently, in which I like to just call indirect qualification. Not directly qualifying, which I've taught a lot of you guys, but for those who I haven't, I'll be explaining it. I'll give you guys an example, probably later down. Probably run a mock call with somebody.
Wait, Ben, I got a question about that, about the pain. Let's say like a prospect didn't have any pain and they just want to join because they just want to and they just have the money, you know.
That's impossible. Everyone has a reason. There's nobody on human earth that is making money just to make money. It makes no sense. It's not logical in that sense. There's always a thrive for somebody, just like somebody's waking up early to do what? If somebody wakes up early to go to the gym, what are they trying to do? They're not just going to the gym because they like the feeling, right? It's the complete opposite. They hate the feeling, but they're going to the gym because they're trying to build their aesthetic. They're trying to build their dream physique, man or woman. Same exact thing with money, right? Let's say somebody's trying to get into this program. You guys are trying to make money. There's no reason to make money if there's no purpose behind it. Okay, I'm gonna make money. Why do you want to make money?
What if they're like they just want to make extra side of income?
For what? That would be the question that you ask them then.
Yeah, true.
You're trying to make an extra $4,000. Okay, that's pretty fair. Why though? Why are you trying to make extra 4K? Is this going to change your life? No. Okay, so then why are you even here? All right.
Yeah.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you something, Ovi. If you call up anybody, like when I place you onto an offer, if anybody is on the phone and they're just telling you, well, I just want to make money just to make money, or I'm just here just because I want to be here, they're not going to show up. They're not going to have any sense of urgency to even show up to your calls, take you serious in any way.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna probe into those questions and stuff, of course.
Right.
Hey,
I mean,
Ben, I have a question.
shoot it.
So we say to the prospect if they're just constantly saying that, oh, I just want to join to make money, just the money, because I've had that before.
Right. Question it, probe into it. So I mean, let's run an example, right? So if you were to like tell me that example, like literally what Ovi said, oh, I just want to make money just for a side income. Why? Why are you trying to make money? And then you can help them out because, like I've said, Andre, I've had a lot of people who said the same exact thing, but they didn't know how to answer that question because nobody's asked them that question before. So
Yeah.
what I used to do was I used to give them an example. I used to be like, so I'll give you an example of what I mean by when I'm asking this. Like my whole reason to make money and my whole purpose, right? I include that, money and purpose. My whole purpose is so that I can retire my mom, give my mom the dream life that she's always wanted, right? I would give
Yeah.
them that, and then they would either sometimes they would answer the same way. I mean, yeah, I want to retire my parents. Okay, why do you want to retire your parents? Now you dig into that question because now you have some just help them out a little bit on that sense. But they should always have a purpose. If they don't have a purpose, then don't book them. If they're just like, bro, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, don't book them. Honestly, this doesn't really look like a good fit for you. We're looking for people who has a reasoning to actually want to make a change because those people who have a reasoning to want to make a change is going to show up every single day, is going to make sure that they listen to what X tells you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Does,
most definitely. Yeah, definitely.
does it make sense for everybody, or does anybody disagree? Anything? No, good. Okay, good. Okay, so let's jump into it. Where was I? So the main point of qualifying is just to see if this person is even worth your time to a certain extent, okay? Because obviously there's no point of talking to somebody if they don't have any money, but it's also to help them, considering that they do have money, right? But if they don't have money, you can't really help anybody. You can't really sell anybody. Oh, this doesn't really look like it's going to be within your budget. Probably save up some more money and then shoot us back over a text, considering that they don't have the money, right? But it's to see if it's even worth your time to continue to find their pain point, continue to find all these things, right? So you ask these questions around like their current situations, what are their goals that they're trying to reach, and what have they been struggling? Oh, I've been struggling with trying to be financially free. My goal is to be not have to worry about looking at another bill. In my current situation, I'm working at McDonald's. These are examples, right, of what I mean by this. Okay. And these will be like some questions that you would ask, like, what are you doing for work right now? What are you trying to get monthly? So how much are you trying to make monthly? Oh, my goal is to make like 10K. Right now, I'm only making about like 2 to 3K a month, right? And what's been the hardest part so far? This is a really good qualifying question. These are all qualifying questions, by the way. Like, what's been the hardest part of you trying to reach X goal, right? So that they can tell self-limiting belief, right? They tell you everything that they have issues with. They come up with the problem, you give them, they give you the problem, you're going to be the solution. Works hand in hand. You guys get it? Good.
Yep.
By the way, I'm about to start calling on people who didn't unmute. Okay? Just gonna let you guys know that. So this is what you guys want to listen for, okay? Pain, desire, and effort. Okay. You guys, it's pretty self-explanatory what that means. And then this will be an example of what you need to qualify them on. Qualify them on the time, the money, and then the authority. Okay. And then the same exact way, which I'm going to be explaining later on, but the same exact way that I told you guys about indirect qualifying, there's something called indirect authority. Okay. And what I mean by, I mean, damn, I don't want to give out the answer, but what do you guys think I mean by indirect authority? Someone. I'm calling on in 3 seconds. No, not you, Liam. I'm calling you second. Dion, talk to me. What do you think I mean by indirect authority? And if you don't know, it's fine. You can just say, I don't know.
I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Troy, what do you think I mean by indirect authority?
Maybe like they see that you're doing better than them, so they want to kind of get there. Like they respect more what you say because they kind of see what you're doing.
That's authority. Yes, that's just authority. But then adding the word indirect authority. I'm going to give you guys an example of what I mean by indirect. So an example would be like you not coming off as a, yeah, I mean, it's in front of your face, but you not coming off as a dickhead, right? So you not being, oh yeah, nah, I mean, I'm gonna, yeah, I do this, I accomplish this, I accomplish this, but like, what have you accomplished, right? You build authority in cases where the prospect comes off cocky, but you also want to build indirect authority. So I'll just read it out, like on the screen. Authority is needed at sometimes you don't want to sound egotistical or cocky in situations where you don't need to be in, but you still need to establish authority. So how would you do that? An example would be like one of these. That's actually that's what we've been helping people with. We see this with a lot of people at your stage. There's a clear fix here, but it depends if you qualify, right? Like asking these certain types of indirect authoritative questions makes it seem like, oh yeah, the issue that they've dealt with, you've been solved, right? Without sounding like a dickhead. Does that make sense? For the most part? Okay, good. And the whole point of it is to invite, not convince, right? They know that you know what you're talking about. You just need to establish it. That's the whole point of this. And then the final phase. Yeah, it's the final phase, right? The call / DM close. Okay. And it's just examples of what it'll be looking like. Okay. So an example of like a close, considering that you've gotten the discovery, considering that you've gotten the pain point, now to close out the call. Like it would be the best next step would be a quick call to map out to see if this is going to be a good fit for you, or something that I like to say, this does seem like it's going to be a good fit for you. Let's get you booked into a call with one of our partners. We have a couple calls booked today. Are you free later today? This part, very important in a call. Why? Michael said it earlier. Michael, don't say it again. Albert, why? Why is this part important in a call to include this? We have a couple calls booked today. Are you free later today? And then I'm over. Albert, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. This part is important because the prospect must be free to he must have time to say all his problems, and you can analyze his situation. I don't know if it's good.
You know if it's good. Okay. I mean, in a sense, Landon, what were you gonna say?
Do you understand what I said?
Yeah,
I
no, I
was gonna say
understand
that.
what you said. I understood what you said. I'm just getting. I just want to hear a different perspective onto it, and then
I'm gonna say
I'm
that
gonna give the answer on it.
it creates like authority and value because you're expressing that you have other calls booked and that you're not free at all points in time.
Good. And that word wouldn't I mean, you could quantify it as authority, but it's also just urgency, right? What Michael said earlier, FOMO. Okay. Oh, I mean, yeah, this guy's pretty booked out. Okay, shit. Maybe I have to get a call in before it's too late, right? Or before I don't have enough spots available. It's to create urgency regarding the whole call. Okay. And never ask if they want to join a call. Ask when, right? And like you said, it's to build authority. Okay. I'm going to tell you when you can get into a call. Obviously, it's not an egotistical thing. It's just somebody will not listen to you if they do not find you authoritative. That's the whole purpose regarding this. Okay. So it's not to be, oh, yeah, when I want it, it's going to happen. It's to be more so they're the student, you're the teacher within this whole thing. Because if it's the other way they're around and they're the teacher, you're the student, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to be like, who the hell are you? Why am I listening to you? There's no point of listening to you. You guys get it? Okay, now this is actually going to be great because I'm going to call out to a lot of you guys. What are some common mistakes that a lot of you guys deal with in a call or have dealt with and gotten better at? Raise your hand, raise your hand. I want to hear everybody, at least the ones who have done it. Yanni, talk to me.
Some people can sound too monotone sometimes. Like you forget, like you get too like caught up in, scripts you're given or a framework you have that you forget like essential conversation.
All right, very big issue, very big issue. And you've had that issue before?
No, because what is it? The offer I was on before was DM setting, so I don't have to worry about like tonality. And then this offer that the like Empire and marketing one, I haven't started yet. Like he put us in a Discord, and it's just getting slow to start up. But I mean, I should start it sometime soon.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, Kimberly, talk to me.
Probing.
Probing. Really, really, really. What about probing?
Well, I dealt with that myself, and it's just like it makes not only the job easier because you know more about them, but it also makes the call more flowy and look like normal other than like robotic and like it's like way too structured to the point like where it looks scripted.
Right. Okay, I see, I see, I see. So not probing, not probing. It's not probing, it's you not probing. That's the mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Liam?
It's something I struggle with, Loki. It makes my calls, like my setting calls, like 20 minutes long, and it's overcompensating probing. So basically, if I don't get enough pain like on their job or something, then I move into like what they've tried, and then I get really logical on that and ask questions about like what you've tried, like how long it's been, why have you tried? Have you started that research? No, like why not? Was it like bad experience or what? Oh, and then or skepticism. And then
Right.
like I just dig into that deep, like really go through all the logical routes that way. But that's really just a compensation because I didn't build pain in the beginning.
Right. So Kimberly's was not probing, yours is over probing. And
Yeah.
that's actually a thing. That's actually like a real thing, right? Because you don't want to have your setting calls like 20 to 25 minutes. Um, in which you've been able to fix that, correct?
No, well, I'm pretty sure I've been able to fix it, but I still tend to catch myself just like keeping in that pattern, so I need to break it.
What I want to tell you is that that's really good for closing, okay? Really good for closing because your closing calls are going to be like 45 minutes an hour. It's going to be long. That's really good for closing. So don't necessarily just delete it out of your life. Just considering that you get thrown into a setting offer, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just split,
Yeah.
definitely is splitting that in half. Yeah. Ovi, talk to me.
I was gonna say not being like able to qualify someone properly. Like you might know how much they make, but like you don't like really ask them like if they have the money saved up to like join the thing.
All right. So it's gonna be what I was gonna, yeah. Okay, so it's just gonna be like qualifying them, but not sounding robotic
Yeah.
when you qualify them, or sounding salesy.
Yes, simple. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's definitely a mistake to avoid. Definitely do not do that. Okay. Talk to me. I mean, Dom, off of what you've done, what are
It's
some
kind of the
mistakes?
same with Avi too, for me, but maybe a little bit with tonality too. But yeah, similar to Avi.
Okay, so not having tonality, not being able to qualify correctly without sounding robotic. These are okay. Yeah, these are okay.
Yeah, I'm slowly fixing tonality, but yeah, I mean, it takes time.
Okay. Andre.
I say forgetting to ask the age and like figuring out the authority, the person who actually like makes the decisions. But that's just something I deal with like in the beginning, but I'm good on that now.
Okay, why do you feel like that's such a big issue to
Because
ask?
if you're not figuring out how old they are and figuring out if like their authority, they'll get a call and then the closer goes through the whole thing and they can't even, make the purchase because their parents control their stuff.
Right. So it's just not to waste your time. So yeah, so definitely
Yeah.
to the age and everything. Yes, that's definitely a mistake to not do. Well, that's a mistake that you can't avoid, or that you don't want to happen. Right. Right. So then to ask age. So not to ask age. That's a mistake to avoid. Right. Okay. Anybody else? Is that pretty cool? Oh, Monta is still doing his cold calling. Anybody else? Good. 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 Okay. Yeah, let's unblur. Let's see. You'll see everything that I put. So right, so it's gonna be talking too much. Okay, so we already got that out the way. Well, Leo, explaining the program. So I'm gonna jump back into this on why not to explain the program. Just gonna throw some people off. Sounding unsure, that's just gonna come with authority. You guys did say that. Chasing maybes. You guys know what that means, chasing maybes? Right? Over following up. This is just going to be spamming the person. Like if they don't respond, hey, you're going to be doing this. Hey, every like 10 minutes, hey, make sure you're going to make sure to join the call. You're going to make sure to join the call. You're going to make sure to join the call. It's just going to sound very scammy in that sense. Just send over one follow-up text like an hour before the call. Hey, just confirming you're still good to show up. You don't got to keep spamming them. And then the main thing, which sums up all this, sounding salesy, aka worrying about only if they have money and not if you can help them. Right? That's a mistake that you want to avoid. Biggest mistake. Put this in bold. Oh, snap. It just went off. 1 second. Good. Biggest to avoid, not sounding salesy. That's the biggest. So I'm actually gonna ask you guys this question because I know this is gonna throw a lot of people off. As a setter, why don't I want you to explain the program? And this is obviously this is assuming that it's a warm inbound lead. Assuming. Because obviously for cold, you're gonna have to explain, right? But warm. Can somebody answer that? Daniel, talk to me.
If you explain the program, the closer literally has nothing else to do because, at least from my experience, mainly when you're explaining programs, you explain it in a way that like pertains to their pain. And if you already went ahead and explained it, they already know what to expect on a call. So it's gonna be way harder, if even possible, to close them at all.
Right. The job as a setter for a normal role as a setting. This is once again assuming that it's a warm inbound lead, assuming that you're working for a warm setting, a warm DM offer. You don't literally what Daniel said is completely correct. You do not explain the program. That's the job for a closer. That's one. Two, more than likely they're already going to know what the program entails because they've seen the offer owners, all of their content, their YouTube, all these things, right? And if you do that, yeah, it's just gonna take the job of the closer, and on top of that, it'll build more. They might ask more questions that they'll ask a closer to you, and which might get you put into a box. What up, Andre?
So what would we say if, like, for example, they're, asking you questions about the program? How would you be able to handle that? Like, how would you handle that?
So, how me personally, I would handle it. So, considering that it's a warm inbound lead, correct?
Yeah.
So, like, let's say that they're trying to get into a high ticket sales program. Like, ask me a question specifically, like, what you mean by that? Like, if they were just to ask, like, what is your program?
Like if they're just asking specific stuff about the program.
Like what specifically? Like, give me an example.
Like for an example, like what it entails of, things in the program, what they
Right, I mean,
get.
that more than likely is just as simple as this. Like, yeah, I mean, considering that you are a good fit for this, like we can book another call in which I'll have my partner explain everything that's in the program, what we entail, and all these things. This call is more so just to see if this is even going to be a good fit for you, so that I don't waste both my time and or my partner's time and or your time as a whole as well. Right? Simple as that. Because your job is to literally just to qualify them, make sure that they're qualified, get them into the booked call, right? Get them built onto urgency. That's it. As a warm, once again, I'm going to keep clarifying, as a warm lead, somebody that's already like they're just interested. They're like on this level. Let me scroll up. They're on this level. Somebody that's on the curious to interested level. This is a setter's job, right? The closer's job is more so just going to be like the ready to decide / committed buyers type of person. All right. That's it for the most part. I have one mural to show you guys. Do you guys understand it? I know it was some of you guys already knew this, some of you guys didn't. For those who didn't, does anybody have any questions, Christian? I didn't hear from you not one time. Talk to me. You have any questions?
No, I pretty much got it. I
Good.
pretty much got it down already, yeah.
Good. Let me jump into the Miro. I also want to, do you guys want me to, let me know, do you guys want me to give you guys an example on like a setting call? Or do you guys want to like, do you like, or I can play prospect and one of you guys can do it. I can see how so that you guys can like get an example like how it would look like. You guys want me to do that or no? You guys are rather cool off that.
Yeah, I say you do that.
Do that? Okay, perfect. So let's do that. Just wanted to show you guys like I'll give you guys like this mirror board, or I can give you guys the screenshot. This is just to rerun it, like how a call is going to be looking like. So this is going to be the beginning. It's just going to be a lead source example, like an IGDM, story reply, comment, form opt-in. Form opt-in is basically like a type form that they got on a website, right? It's going to be the pattern interrupt you, say their name. Hey, what's up? John saw that you were interested in getting into the program, stuff like that. Continue on to it. Get their problem. Examples of this is like what made you look into this, find their pain, like what's not working right now, what have you already tried? Proceed into the qualification process, in which you can do this both. I obviously teach it indirectly, in which I'm going to be teaching you guys much more about it, of what I mean by like indirect off of our one-to-ones and everything that we have. But I indirect qualifying, but after that you get the pain, like what even got you into the call to begin with, you get the qualifying process, make sure that they're a good fit for this. Considering that they're not qualified, you book them and you just DQ them, disqualify them. This doesn't look like it's going to be a good fit for you. Probably might need to save up, get more money, get a job, and come back, and stuff like this. And considering that they are qualified, you get them into a booked call, in which the set is done after that. Very self-explanatory. Obviously, there's different ways to do this, but this is the very basic outline of this. You guys get it? Understandable? Good. Okay.
Is this like available somewhere or
Well, this is in my own custom Miro, but I'm gonna give you guys this diagram.
like where can we find it?
I'm gonna put it in the Discord. I'm gonna send it to you guys like in the Discord. Not after this call, like I have to make it in a separate Miro and then send it over to you guys because this is in my Miro right now. Good. Okay, and then this is just like how a lead will be formed out. So from a cold lead goes to the engagement part of things, right? From the engagement, it's going to be the micro problem, right? Small problem that leads into a bigger one. An example on like how I ran this on my program, so you guys can get an idea, was like on a video that I've posted. I said, DM me for this framework, right? I've said that, in which I've sent them the framework, but the framework taught them how to land a job, but the framework didn't teach them the core problem that I'm the solution to how to do sales. So that's an example of like a micro problem, small problem that leads into a bigger one in which the offer owner is the core issue, like solution, right? And then it's going to go to the gap creation, where they are now versus where they want to be, future to present to future pacing. And then it goes to the call proposed. If solving X is something you want to get clarity on, I could connect you to a member of their team, blah, blah, blah. And then the post booking, that's just going to be like a post booking call that your offer owner will have, leading all the way up into the sales call. Pre-call framing, setting expectations in the call, and then the sales call, in which the closer would have. Make sense? Any thumbs up? Yes? Anybody have any questions? Anybody didn't understand this at all? Good, 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 good. All right, good, good, good. All right, then, does anybody have any questions before I run? I'm gonna run an example mock call or I can play prospect. Anybody have any questions regarding anything? No?
Yes, I got one
Shoot it.
big, juicy question. Okay, so my question is, you guys like are, I feel like I'm able to ask you this because you guys are able to like place people, right? So, like, how are you able to connect with so many people? I was just curious, like, what's your thoughts on that?
It's more so I mean there's multiple different ways, but a very big way that I'm able to place people is just off the connections that I have. So because I'm very familiar, like a lot of people know me into the space, a lot of offer owners hit me up, text me, hey, I need a setter, I need a closer for this offer, for this offer. And then off of those connections, I get even more connections. Oh my gosh, thank you. Because a lot of the people, a lot of the students that I have, a lot of you guys or a lot of the people that's in this program, when I place them onto an offer, the offer owner loves them so much that they refer me to other offer owners. Does that make sense, Liam?
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you just build
It's
like
just like it's like a whole placebo effect in which I don't even think I used that word right, in which it's just like a whole bunch of people just constantly just hit me up. So like I had this offer, like I had to throw Monta onto an offer, right? In which we were working on it. His first offer, he just didn't get accepted. But then the second one, like it was within the same second that he was texting me. He just sent me. He said, "Hey, I need a setter for this. Do you have somebody for me?" Boom, I just send them. Oh, I just connected Monta. I literally just added Monta into a group chat, and then he did an interview, and then he got the job. That's it. It was that simple.
that easy. Okay.
What would you say is the best kind of setting for people to get started with? Like, what would you personally recommend?
Ooh, what I personally
Like, what did
recommend
you
is
start
trench
with,
work.
Charlie? What happened?
So if you want like exactly what I did, what I would recommend is trench work. And what trench work means is you hop into those fucking cold calls. Okay. And that's more so, and I'm not saying like hop into the cold calls as in have that as your only offer. I mean, have that as your starting offer. Because once you feel out how arrogant, how ignorant these people are, it's not the fact that you're going to be getting annoyed, but it's the fact that you're going to be dealing with the hardest objections so that when these easy objections come by, you know how to easily handle them. So the way that I learned, not sales as a whole, because I've been in sales since I was 14, but the way that I learned high ticket sales the best was getting onto a cold calling offer, then a warm setting, and then closing, and then I just did offer owning after that. Did my own offer. So that was the stages that I did. So I would recommend the easiest, obviously, is warm setting, bro. It's gonna be warm DM setting. That's the easiest. But what I recommend you do if you really want to get really good at setting is do cold calling, then do cold calling / cold DMing, then do warm setting, then do warm oh no, sorry. Then do warm DM setting, then do warm setting. Because the warm setting is gonna lead you to like get you familiar with talking with a lot of prospects on the phone so that when you become a close, it's like easy.
Hi, that makes sense.
Roger.
All right, so I had a question about like when you're qualifying a lead, right? How are you supposed to figure out like if the lead has their money in like their bank account or is it in cash? Because I've had some issues where I'd book a lead or they'd go on the closing call, and most of the time they'll either have all their money in cash and stuff like that, or they're getting the money. They don't actually have it.
So like somebody who only like let's say like a door-to-door job where they're fixing snow and they have all their money in cash.
Nah, for like B2C.
Yeah,
Like
so
a guy says,
like an example is like they're doing a work outside, but they get everything paid in cash, so they have everything in cash. They don't have it in the bank.
yeah, exactly like that.
All right, so depending on their job, because obviously if somebody's working at McDonald's, they're not gonna have everything in cash. But like, say that somebody has a door-to-door business or somebody that's doing a whole bunch of side hustles. I mean, I would just ask them directly. I'll be like, okay, so you're doing snowing, you're doing car detailing, you're doing snow piling, and I'm guessing like that's all. Is that all in your bank or is it all in cash? Like that, just I would ask it direct, but obviously just with a curious tone, like, okay, and I'm guessing that's all in cash or is it in your bank? That's it.
All right, for sure.
Definitely when I've had that issue as well. But those usually tend to fall with people that's like 16 and younger. You've had people that were older that had that?
Nah, it's mainly just like 16 and younger guys.
Perfect. Okay. Any other questions does anybody have? Good. Okay, so who wants to run a mock with me? Damn, you guys are hard. Nah, Liam, not you, gang. Landon, is your hand still up?
Loki, I could do it, and I could just give
Oh,
you
my
like I
bad.
could
I
be like
left it
a
up. I didn't mean to do that.
Very good.
I
Who?
could be like a I could be like a hard prospect. Well, not
Just,
really
just,
hard, but
just,
simple.
it doesn't have to be hard. I just want to show like the foundation of how a setting call is supposed to be.
All right, for sure. Could I like add like maybe like one or two objections?
I mean, yeah, sure, if you want.
All right, for sure.
Okay, let's do it. By the way, who is speaking? Because I don't even see at the top. Could you like raise your hand so your hand goes at the top?
Uh,
Was that Andreas? Andreas, was that you?
yeah, yeah.
Just put it at the top real quick. Just raise your hand. Okay, perfect. Okay. Ring, ring, ring. I'll just pretend that I'm doing a high ticket sales pro. Or let's do day trading. Just go pretend I'm selling for TJR. Okay. Ring, ring, ring. Hello?
Hey, who's
Sandra?
this? Wait, who's this?
This is Ben. I'm calling because I saw that you filled out an application for TJR's day trading program. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah, I remember doing that a few days ago.
Perfect. Yeah, brother. No, I just wanted to call up because I saw that you were interested. This is gonna be like a quick little 5 to 10 minute call just to see if this is a good fit for you. Do you have free time right now?
Yeah, yeah, I got a couple minutes before my break is over.
Perfect, brother. Okay, so talk to me. Like, what even got you interested in day trading to begin with?
I've just been watching TJ over the past few months, and I've just been seeing where he's been making a lot of money, which is from trading. And I'm like, I'm in a situation where I don't really have a lot of money right now, so I feel like I should start that, and it could make me some extra income.
Okay, and you say that you're not in a situation where you're not making a lot of money. Like, talk to me more about that. What do you mean by that?
So right now I'm in like this construction job. I only make around like 40 grand a year. I don't think it's enough. I feel like, I'm behind. I need to make more. So
Okay, so it's around like a $25 an hour job, like a minimum wage job.
yeah,
Okay, okay. Can you see yourself doing construction like long term?
definitely not.
Okay, so I'd ask you then, Andres, like, let's even say like 30 days from now or like 2 months from now, like, where do you see yourself considering that you don't make a change in your life?
Honestly, in the same spot, just, end up breaking my back working construction until I'm like 60 years old.
And is that something that you're trying to do, or is that something that you're trying to change?
Definitely something I'm looking to change with this trading thing. I hope it, works out.
I see. Okay, okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, and then talk to me about your construction job. Is it at least fun for you?
I mean, why does the job matter? Can we just kind of get to the point about trading?
I mean, it's more so just I'm just asking you just to see if this is something that you really want to do, right? Because if I find out that your job actually is like cool and you don't really have no struggles with your job, then I would just sit here and be like, bro, this isn't for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I see.
I'm more so just asking like is your job like what you're doing right now, not where you're headed. The job that you're doing right now, I mean, like, is it fun for you at least?
I mean, I like the guys I work around, I get to hang around some really cool guys, so it's pretty fun, but it just doesn't like it's not fulfilling.
Okay, so this is more so just a money thing. It's not an environment thing.
Yeah,
Okay. I see. I see. And I mean, how many hours are you usually working at your job?
I work around 70 hours a week.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so that's like 12 hours a day.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
And is it Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday every day?
It's like Monday through Friday, yeah.
So how much free time do you really have?
I'd say I have about like 2 hours of free time a day.
I see. Okay. I mean, so then talk to me about your expenses. Like, how are you really dealing with making minimum wage? Is it like you find yourself managing your money well at least?
Nah, man. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. It's not easy.
It's not easy. So like how much like you would say like you get about like $4,000 a month and you spend $4,000 a month?
Not really. I'd have around like let's say like maybe like a grand left.
Oh, okay. I see. And what do you do with that grant? You just save it?
Yeah, I just save it most of the time, yeah.
And you've been doing that for how long exactly?
For about the past 6 months now.
Andres, tell me honestly, do you really see a future in where you're making a lot of money doing day trading?
Yeah, if this can work on, I can understand more about this and see that's actually legit, then you most definitely.
On a scale of 1 to 10, like honestly, like this is a genuine question because I want to see like where you're at. Like, how serious are you about changing your life? Like honestly, like if you need to take a couple seconds to think about it, like how serious are you? Is this something that's not really something that you're trying to get into right now, or is this something like, yes, I need a fix right now?
I'd say a nine, like 10, 9, 10. Nine just due to the fact that I want to see if this is even legit, but honestly a 10. If everything doesn't seem legit, I need to make a change.
Okay, and when you mean by legit, like what do you mean by that specifically?
Like, I've been scammed in the past recently trying to get into online business, so I'm just hoping this is not one of them.
Okay. I'm more than sure that my partner could definitely explain more so everything that we offer regarding that and show you all the testimonials and show you people making money. This does look like it is going to be a good fit for you. How about this? Let's do this. Let's get you booked into a call tomorrow. We are pretty booked out for the week, but we do have an open slot tomorrow. Would you be free sometime tomorrow or no?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm free after like 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay. Our call is at 5. Would you be able to make a 5 p.m. call?
Yeah, I could just take a break and make the call, and that's important. So,
Okay, perfect. And would there be any reason why you wouldn't be able to join the call?
no, there should not be any reason why.
100%.
Yes, sir.
And then boom, I'll just fill out okay, what is your name, number, blah, blah, blah. Now fill it out. You guys get it? Cool. Pretty self-explanatory. Anybody got any questions on that? Shoot it, Liam. Liam always got questions.
Yeah, I just love that. Okay, so I noticed you indirectly qualified them, and it's to me, it's like we want to avoid assuming things, obviously, right? So I just want to understand how do I indirectly qualify, but like not assume, like, you know what I mean?
So give me an example of an assumption because assuming isn't bad at all cases. The whole point of not assuming is for them to tell you. But if you don't have an answer to
Oh.
it, then you can ask it in a question. So I'm guessing like you're making 25 an hour? Yeah. Okay, how does that make you feel, right? Because in order, I mean, or you can just ask like how much are you making an hour? I mean, which sounds better, really, right? Them telling you, yeah, yeah, no, I make 25 an hour, or I mean, either way, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
so like assuming isn't bad at all cases. I know, like, I definitely say not to assume. The whole point of telling someone not to assume is so that is in probing processes so that they can pour themselves out to you. You don't say, oh, okay, I assume your life's bad. Yeah. No, I mean, you just say like, I mean, like what's going on in your life right now? That's the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, I get it now. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Anything else? Yeah. Anybody else? Last minute. Any questions? Can answer
I
them.
mean,
Lynn,
like, do you show sentiment during the sentiment calls, or the setting calls, like, or do you wait
sentiment,
for the closer for that?
sentiment, like explain deeper. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like empathy, care. Like they say, "Oh, I'm dealing with this hard thing." Do you go, "Oh, yeah, wow, that does sound really hard," and then go into what you're gonna say, or do you just like keep going and be like, "Yeah, all right, well, I mean, how long you been working that job?"
Yes, but I don't do it in that way. So yes,
Okay.
so the way that I usually do is I go, I see, okay, I get it, and then I get into it. I don't necessarily like I don't say yeah I see that that's hard, but at the same time I acknowledge it. So if your question is to acknowledge their pain, yes, you always want to acknowledge everything that the prospect is saying, which is why I do not give you guys a script. I hate scripts. It's all gonna be honestly just structure, maybe some framework, structure, main point.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's just so that you can listen to everything your prospect says. So
Okay.
yes, to answer your question, yes, you always acknowledge what they have going on, considering that like they were in the hospital and their mom got cancer. Damn, I see. Understandable. And I'm guessing like you having all these issues is why you're in this call. You're trying to make a change in your life, I'm guessing, correct? Yeah, blah blah blah. I mean, like why? Like give me the deeper reasoning. Is that like your main purpose? Like that.
Mhm.
You get it?
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, perfect. Let me stop the screen share. If there's no other questions, I'm gonna call it. You guys need me, please text me for the love of God. Thank you guys all for joining up.